Up next is another fascinating entrepreneur, but in a very different space. Justin Dowel is the Managing Director of Nature's Organics, environmentally friendly household cleaning and personal care products, something I'm very passionate about, which are shifting Aussies' attitudes to the way that we use waste and plastic waste. Justin, welcome to the show, mate. Tell us about your business. I think it's fascinating, and people might not necessarily know the parent company, but they know a lot of the consumer products that you guys sell.
Yeah, hi Josh, how you going? Well, we've been around for 20, 30 years. My father basically was a founder of the business, and our biggest brand's Earth's Choice. That's probably what we're recognised for more than anything else. And obviously, with Earth's Choice, we started producing our own bottles out of 100% post-consumer recycled plastic in 1994,
Nice.
and we have been ever since. Um, that brand's gone from strength to strength over the last 20 to 30 years, and we've seen a lot of new competitors come into our space as well. And it's we're very focused on innovation and how we can deliver better solutions to our customers and improve on their experiences and so on. And that sort of led us to believe, well, just led us to start thinking about creating beautiful household products, and that's why we produced Cove. And one of the biggest probably motivations for creating Cove was the fact that every time someone buys a multi-purpose trigger or bottle in the supermarket and so on, it's the trigger is wasted. The trigger can't be recycled because it's made from multi-use plastics or different plastics. And so we wanted to create a beautiful product that people can be proud of, to sit in their laundry at home, and to continually reuse. So we moved away. We went to buy European triggers, so they'd be much longer life spans, and we wanted to create a 4-time concentrate liquid that you can refill the primary pack, which is an aluminium bottle. Aluminium's obviously much more recyclable than plastic, and has a much higher recycling rate. And then fragrances and performance and all the things that we wanted to do in Earth's Choice that we couldn't afford to do, we got to do in Cove.
Yeah.
So we could make the actual, the best possible performance we could.
I think one thing that I've been fascinated in, especially the last few years, is bathroom products representing almost, status symbols in your bathroom or your kitchen. What I love about you guys is it's taking maybe, the Aesop hand soap or the Who Gives a Crap toilet paper and bringing that into, a cleaning system where suddenly it's kind of cool to have beautiful cleaning products. Was that the initial idea, is that you make something that's sustainable and that's environmentally friendly, but also has to look cool so that people actually want it in their houses?
Yeah, well, we were absolutely amazed, especially with some of the social media attention we were getting and the feedback from consumers about how that actually inspired them to clean, and that we're hearing they're loving cleaning. We thought, well, we haven't heard these conversations before, especially about cleaning products, and we thought, wow, we're really on a revolution here. And that comes down to fragrance and natural fragrances we're using and the results that they get from the products. And so it's probably I reckon, probably the most exciting thing we've done in the last decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I can relate to it because we've kind of had a similar experience with our customers and washing their hands. Suddenly turning washing your hands from this negative, oh my God, stave off COVID, to each time I do it, we can keep single-use plastic bottles from going into landfill. I imagine yours is much the same because people are just buying those refill pouches, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. So once they've got the primary pack, they buy the refill pouch. Then they take the refill pouch with their other plastics back into the red cycle bins and throw them in there, and they can get recycled in there, and so on. But basically, it's about an 80% reduction. This is on 80% reduction on our Earth's Choice multi-purpose, which is lightweight plastic, fully recycled. So it makes a big difference. And yeah. So.
It's interesting. I was doing a bit of research on your business. You guys, it sounds like we're way ahead of this kind of eco curve, where it wasn't something that was a fad, that you were probably doing far before the rest of the industry was. What was it like as a young kid growing up in a family like that, which had this environmental business that, I don't know, I imagine it was kind of misunderstood at the time a little bit almost.
Yeah, well, my dad was one of those crazy pioneers. We'd be drinking carrot juice for breakfast and things like it. Way ahead of his time. Um, but and that's sort of ingrained the culture and the ethos of the business, and to always ensure you're doing the right thing, because it's not just the packaging and the products, but also you've got to remember everything goes down the drain and everything ends up in the ocean.
Yeah.
And so it's just as important to ensure that what you're using is safe, not only for you, but where it ends up. So you have to have a fully holistic approach when creating products, and that's how we've always looked at it. And Dad started Earth's Choice in 1984. And I remember, presenting Earth's Choice products in the 90s, and the retailers would say it's not even on consumers' radar with regards to environment. So our whole philosophy, and especially with the Earth's Choice range, is to make environmental products affordable. There's no point, you're never going to create a difference if only a certain amount of the population can afford to buy it. It's got to be made to be mass produced, to be affordable, for everybody to be able to use. And that's why Earth's Choice has been so successful.
So you come in as a young guy, it's your dad's business. What is the experience like of stepping into a family business and basically being told to make it work?
Well, I was lucky. I started making shampoo at 12 years old. I'd work in the business on school holidays, whether it's running the filling line, batching shampoo, cleaning the warehouse, sweeping floors, all those sort of things. So I learned the business from the ground up. And so that by the time, and I used to beg Dad to let me come and work in the business, and it would always be, no, you need to go create a career elsewhere. And so I did that until I was about 21, and then the timing was just right. And so because I'd sort of always been involved with the business, always been passionate about the business, it was much easier for me to just come in and get involved, because I sort of half knew what I was doing already growing up with it.
So is that one of the secret recipes that helped you guys get from 2 million in revenue to 100 million in sales within 10 years? I read, like, that's a pretty astounding figure. What did that take? Like, how did you get there?
Blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of luck. It's hard growing a business. Getting the support from the retailers is the single biggest challenge. Getting their trust, respect, compassion for when things go not quite right, you run out of stock, you can't get components, which is pretty rare for us, but it did happen from time to time.
Yeah.
And then getting your creditors and your suppliers and all those sort of things to support you through your difficult times. And I remember in 98 when we moved, we had small 3 factories in Bayswater to our big factory in Ferntree Gully. That was a really, really tough time for us, because, picking up everything we did and moving it, and it was such a disruption to the business, and it took it a couple of years for us to get over that financially. But, with good support from the banks, good support from our customers, we got through it.
When you have those difficulties, you're in Coles nationally, when you're dealing with retailers, are people receptive to the difficulties you're having as a business because you do have those relationships there? Or do you ever feel like you're at risk of, you don't stack up or something goes wrong, then, you just cut and dry, you're out?
Look, it depends on the buyer. I think we've been really, really fortunate. I think, like with Carolyn's story at Carmen's, we get a little bit more latitude for when things are tough, because they know that we employ 170 people here, and we're here for them as much as the business. In the end, it's about them, because without them, we create nothing. So they understand when they make a deletion or remove our line, it hurts us and it hurts jobs directly. So I do think they're a little bit more compassionate. They generally, give us a little bit more support, especially with Cove. Coles were absolutely fantastic, and have been, they're bought right into the concept and supported it well in store and with our promotions and off location. So it's been absolutely fantastic, and hopefully we'll be going into Woolworths next year. So. It's a big risk for a retailer to take on a brand and a new product, and they have to trust what you do is going to work. They have to trust what you do, the consumer's going to like. They're going to repurchase, and it's going to work financially for them. So it's always a challenge.
We're going through those motions with some retailers now, so I'll take that as a warning and some kind advice as well. Yeah. Mate, thank you very much for coming on the show. Where can people get Cove apart from Coles? Just let them know.
Coles. Well, we've got a starter kit at the moment, which is $20 off. Actually, it's at cove.cleaning.com.au. So if they go to the website, they can buy it online there, and all major Coles stores, and some
Awesome.
selected IGA and Ritchie stores.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, mate. It looks awesome, and I can't wait to use it.
Thanks,
Actually.
Josh.
I'll grab some.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thanks, buddy.